In this section, we are going to define some major keys and functions in the calculator. Okay, so the first button we have is the compute button. So that is the button we use to compute our variables when working with the worksheets. The second button you are seeing here is the enter button. So that's the button we use to enter values in our worksheets. Now we have the arrow up and the arrow down button. So those are the buttons we use to scroll up and down in the worksheets. We have the second function button. So this button activates the secondary functions. Now we have the CF button. So this button allows us to enter the cash flow worksheet. The next button we have is the NPV button. This is the button we use when we are trying to compute the net present value, the net future value, the payback period, and the discounted payback period. The next button we have here is the IRR button. So this is the button we use to compute the internal rate of return and the modify internal rate of return. Now, this is the button we use to clear characters one at a time. Let's say I was trying to put 6 and I made mistake and put an extra 6. I can use this button to delete 1 6. Okay, I can also delete this one. Now, this sets of button makes up the time value of money worksheet. So the N there is the number of periods, I over Y is the interest rate per period, then the PV there is the present value, PMT is the payment, and FV is the future value. Then this is the percentage button, this is the square root button, okay? Then this is the square of a number button, and this is our reciprocal button. This is the inverse trigonometric function, and then this is our open brackets and close brackets, so we use them for grouping. Then this is our power function, okay? So if we want to raise anything to the power of something, we use this button. Then this is the lim button, or the natural logarithm button. Now this is the store button. So we use the store button to store numbers in the memories, okay? Now we have the recall button. So we use the recall button to recall any stored number. We have the CC button. So we use it to clear entry or to clear error. We can also use it to cancel operations. Then we have the plus minus button. So that's the button we use to change the signs of the displayed numbers.